The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When Jesus came to the territory of the Gadarenes, 2 demoniacs who were coming from the tombs met him. They were so savage that no one could travel by that road. They cried out, "What have you to do with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the appointed time?" Some distance away, a herd of many swine was feeding. The demons pleaded with him, "If you drive us out, send us into the herd of swine." And he said to them, "Go then." They came out and entered the swine, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the sea, where they were drowned. The swineherds ran away, and when they came to the town, they reported everything, including what had happened to the demoniacs. Thereupon the whole town came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they begged him to leave their district. The Gospel of the Lord. On the road to Emmaus, we have Jesus walking next to Cleophas and somebody else. And at some point, they say something to Jesus. After Jesus has spoken to them, and they're kind of beginning to think this guy really has something good to say, they say 3 little words, a 3-little-word prayer to Jesus. What did they say? Remember what they said? I know it's in my mind. Stay with us. And we contrast that with this town. What do they say to Jesus? Go away. Stay with us. The presence of Jesus in this pagan town, and we know it's a pagan town because they have pigs, and the Jewish people wouldn't have had pigs, and so you had the pagans and you had the Jews, and so it's a pagan town. And Jesus comes, and there's men possessed by demons. Jesus drives out the demons, but it costs them something, doesn't it? It cost them a herd of swine, and the price is too high. And so they say to Jesus, "What? You go on. Stay with us." Today, we follow up yesterday's solemnity. Yesterday was the solemnity of the martyrdom of Peter and Paul. Today is the martyrdom of just kind of an anonymous group of Romans. In the history of Rome, what happened was the Christians began to have a certain popularity, and the faith of the Christians was growing. And there was a popular movement rising up against the Christians. In fact, at different times and places, the Christians would have been considered atheists. And why would the Christians be considered atheists? Because they didn't worship the Roman gods. So there was a tragedy that happened in Rome. There was a big fire, and so Nero, the emperor, had a kind of, let's blame it on the Christians, and let's round up a bunch of Christians and let's kill them. And that's what happened to this group, the first Romans, the first martyrs of Rome. Is the persecution of Christianity by the Roman Empire begins. And so we remember that sometimes Jesus being with us is going to cost us something, right? And so do we say, "Why don't you go on and leave?" Or do we say, "Stay with us"? Stay with us. The persecution by the Roman Empire became at times brutal. It came and went. It wasn't constant all the time, and it wasn't in every place. But in places if you didn't bow down and worship the Roman gods, if you didn't pinch incense to the Roman gods, and all those Roman gods ultimately come back to the golden calf. The golden calf is a symbol of all false gods. Power, sex, and money, essentially. So we pray this day that even when being a disciple of Jesus costs us something, we don't say, "Go away, Jesus," that we would say, what? Stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with us.